He said, would you like to hear how I lost my left nut for another $10? I said, no, I think I'm good. He said, I'll show you for $5. I have a wife and 5 kids, and sometimes I get sent to the store. If I get sent to the store, it's for one item, and usually a convenience store. In this case, it was a carton of milk. Outside the convenience store, I noticed a man standing over to the left. He has one leg, but he also has a T-shirt on that says, Leg Story, $10. What do I know? I have 2 pieces of information. There's a man with one leg and a story to tell. Who am I to judge? This guy could inspire me with his story. Hand him a $10 bill. Say, all right, sir, I'd like to hear your story. What is it? Are you a vet? He said, no, sir. Here's my story. The wife and I went to a second-hand thrift store. We came upon a recliner. I said, we're buying it. My wife said, it smells like mold. I said, shut yours, woman. We loaded it into the pickup truck. As we got home, I put the recliner in front of the television and I sat down. And then I exclaimed, "Arr!" A spring had sprung loose from the back of the recliner and impaled the back of my leg. I didn't let on to the wife. A little later that evening, she exclaimed it was time for dinner. I said, I'll be eating in the new recliner. I realized I could not extricate myself from said spring at that point. Even later that night, she said she's going to bed. I said, I'll be sleeping in the new recliner, which was a mistake because as I slept, that spring dug deeper, slinky-like into the back of my leg. In the morning, my wife awoke and announced she'd be staying at her sister's for a couple of days. Good for you, I said, bad for me. As I realized soon thereafter, that spring must have had some rust on it because I got tetanus, which causes lockjaw. She returned 2 days later, and as you can imagine at this point, I could not speak, and I had defecated all over myself. She called the emergency medical technicians. They removed me from the recliner, took me to the hospital, and removed my leg. End of story. Well, okay, less inspiring than I had hoped. More of a cautionary tale about hubris and arrogance, but thank you for your story. I have some milk to procure. He said, would you like to hear how I lost my left nut for another $10? I said, no, I think I'm good. He said, I'll show you for $5. Let me tell you something, folks. That's the best $5 I ever spent.